Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. So what really happened yesterday was what many would suggest, a U-turn by the central government on India's, what many would also suggest, a non-existent or a very unclear vaccine policy. Well, the government has now come up with a complete plan before it goes back to the Supreme Court, because mind you, a week ago the Supreme Court had called the government's vaccine policy irrational and arbitrary. But having said that, at the back of it, there's massive politics over the U-turn of the central government. But at the same level, the states are really not quite clean in all of this. If there was confusion in India's vaccine policy, then it was contributed by both the centre and the states. But politics is rife.
मई में 2 सप्ताह बीतते बीतते कुछ राज्य खुले मन से ये कहने लगे कि पहले वाली व्यवस्था ही अच्छी थी.
Despite Prime Minister Narendra Modi's appeal and the centre's vaccine takeover, there is no end to the political war on jabs. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi targeted the government, asking them why were private hospitals charging for the jabs if vaccination was free. His tweet was mocked at by Union Minister Hardeep Puri, who referred to Punjab government's now scrapped decision to sell vaccines to private hospitals at a profit. A day after Mulayam Singh Yadav got vaccinated, Samajwadi Party leader and former UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav stuck to his past anti-vaccine jibe, this time making a rather perplexing claim. Akhilesh Yadav said he still is against the BJP vaccine but welcomes the vaccines from Government of India, sparking another political storm.
देखिए, मैं तो नहीं लगवाऊंगा अभी वैक्सीन. मैंने अपनी बात कह दी और वो भी बीजेपी लगाएगी, उसका भरोसा करूंगा मैं? अरे जाओ भाई.
कोई व्यक्ति स्वार्थ वाली राजनीति करेगा तो प्रेरणा किसी से नहीं लेता है. तो अखिलेश यादव जी ने प्रेरणा किसी से ली हो, मैं ऐसा नहीं मानता.
Opposition on its part credited heat from the Supreme Court for Modi government's free vaccine drive, blaming the Prime Minister for his reported flip-flops on the jabs.
मोदी जी ने समझा कि मोदी जी को खिलाफ बहुत चर्चा हो रहा है. वैक्सीन पॉलिसी मोदी जी का पूरा नाकाम था.
What are the vaccines which we are producing, which will be producing by July? Only 13.2 crores. I say this on the basis of what the Government of India said in their affidavit to the Supreme Court of 9th of May, that by July, 6.5 crore vaccines will be produced by Serum, 5.5 crore will be produced by Bharat Biotech, and Sputnik 1.2, that's only 13.2 crores. The Prime Minister has failed to answer this question.
Government sources insist that the centre's vaccine takeover plan was presented to the Prime Minister on the 1st of June, on completion of 1 month of states running the chaotic vaccine drive, insisting that the Prime Minister gave his nod to take back the vaccination drive the same day. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so what is the stand where the government says that the entire vaccine confusion was caused by the states, the opposition states? The opposition states say that it was the government that caused it because they first never gave vaccines, then they decided to give, and then they did not. But others say that ultimately it is what the Supreme Court has said. It's come down heavily on this government on having an arbitrary or an irrational vaccine policy, and the government had to make amends very quickly. Let's cut across right now to our guests and panelists this evening. I have Shaina NC, BJP spokesperson. I have Abhishek Dutt from the Congress, and I have Ghanshyam Tiwari from the Samajwadi Party. Before we get into the meat of the debate, Mr. Tiwari, I want to ask you one quick question. What is it that, Akhilesh Yadav attempted to do? He didn't want to take a BJP vaccine. Now he's taking a central government vaccine. Can you explain it to us? Because, nobody quite seems to understand. What was the stand of the Samajwadi Party all along?
Preeti, it is clear that the fight against pandemic would only be won with every Indian getting the vaccine in a way that is systematic without any confusion. And the Samajwadi Party stand has been that we would support every effort to reach that stage within a year. Even today, Akhilesh Yadav ji has tweeted that the center should make arrangements so that 10 million people could be vaccinated every day, so that stage can be reached, which is not something that is visible right now. So that is our stand, that the vaccination policy should be organized better by center. As far as the BJP vaccine jab is concerned, the point has been debated and even criticized, but the point is very simple, that if a government decided to vaccinate everybody, launched a vaccine campaign which was half-baked without procuring sufficient vaccines, which is already clear. When Mr. Modi launched it in January first week, the entire plan was not in front of him. So the effort to make it a grand prachar plan rather than an actual plan to be implemented and so that everyone could be vaccinated, that is what we criticized.
Okay, and that's the reason why today Akhilesh has decided to take the vaccine size. Is that the reason?
Well, that vaccine has to be taken is
because not that
as I
everybody
said,
has got
that
it.
is-
Earlier on, his claim was that it need to be universalized. Everybody should have access to it. It's not that everybody has access to it yet, but he has decided to take it because suddenly it's no longer a BJP vaccine; it's a central vaccine.
At the time we criticized the vaccination plan, we criticized the fact that it was half-baked. It was built on advertising it far more than planning for it.
All right. Okay. Shaina NC, it's not the, the Samajwadi Party, leave alone that. When you talk about being half-baked, the Supreme Court said it pretty much very clearly. So why is the government so shy of admitting that you had a U-turn? It's a massive U-turn. Why so shy of admitting it?
Firstly, please understand the flip-flop. Read the statements of Mayawati ji, Mamta Banerjee ji, Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, to say the least. Health is a state subject. And rightly, as pointed out by Anand Sharma, the chief ministers of states are formally writing to the prime minister saying that let us please purchase vaccines directly with our own funds. That is their legitimate right, they argue. So what do? If you decide to reject their request on the grounds, then why do you do so? After all, in a federal country in which states have their say and have their own funds on public health, then on what grounds can you reject their request? Keeping that aside, indulging in crass politics at this time of a raging pandemic, please understand that granted that not much is to be expected from Mr. Rahul Gandhi and he can stoop to any level, as have some of his chief ministers. But keeping that aside, unless there is a genuine reason, why should the central government ride to overshoot them? And on 19th of April, the liberalized third stage of vaccination drive was announced. In the first stage, which was January 16th up until I think February 1st week, healthcare workers were the priority of the targeted area. From February 2nd till February 28th, and please hear me out, you had a section which was 60 plus and of course those who were 45 under with comorbidities. The first phase was further liberalized from April 1st, where you had 45 plus. And then the first two stages were ready for the launch. And at the same time, the vaccination is now open to 18 plus years. Now the center procuring 50% of all available domestic manufactured vaccines and giving supplies to the states as before has been vaccinated by everyone above 45 years, and that too free of cost. I don't understand. If we talk about 50% quota, 25% reserved for state governments quota to be used by everyone above the age of
45
as a priority,
and the reason why which China
and if,
okay, finish.
If you allow me just one limited point. The new liberalized regime is exactly what the states wanted. So what are they cribbing about? You have chief ministers, but the entire section of civil society lobbying for more months for vaccine purchase to be opened to the private sector as well. After all, the battle of COVID-19 as a pandemic was not that of the central government alone. It is a joint battle, right? So if we all together have to agree to a liberalized regime and put it in place, why is there a sudden U-turn? Why would you term this as a U-turn?
Madam, you know, there are multiple points why it's a sudden U-turn. The Supreme Court has elucidated it in multiple manners. I can go off with that. We've been on that debate, but that debate is not why that there is a U-turn. It is about politics being played. Number one, if you're asking me why the sudden U-turn, on the basis the Supreme Court has spoken out and asked you about price points and why is it most expensive here. It's asked you about why was it so arbitrary. It asked you where is the white paper on the 35,000 crore of rupees that was spent on it. All of that. But having said that, Madam, having said that, I'll come back to you. I want to go across to our third panelist. Abhishek Dutt is also with us. Abhishek Dutt, you know, in what all Shaina said, there are lots of questions, but she's made a valid point. Look at what happened. The Congress first went on record to say states have the right to buy their own vaccine. Then you went on to record to say that the centre is not giving the state vaccines. So didn't the states run by the opposition add to the confusion?
Preeti, first of all, the biggest question is where is the vaccine? Prime Minister Modi from day one till today has been changing his stand every day. I'm extremely thankful to the Supreme Court for actually exposing the government the way they were handling vaccines. When the white paper has been asked, when the file has been called by the Supreme Court, all of a sudden the Prime Minister come on prime time once again and makes a statement. Imagine if any person has to pay 1,400 rupees for a vaccine in India, why should it have photograph of Prime Minister Modi? Wasn't it his responsibility to come forward and to make sure the entire country gets vaccinated? What is happening in metro cities at the moment today? If you have the affordability to pay, if you have the money to pay, that is how you're getting vaccine. And a very simple question, if you talk about the Far East areas, why should registration on a website be a criteria? What's going to happen in local remote areas and slums? Do you think people are very net savvy? They can actually go onto the website to register themselves. And even Tika Utsav, the whole campaign which was launched by Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, when the government got exposed with the second wave, why did they launch a campaign when they don't have the vaccines? Even today, the way they are vaccinating people of our country, it will take them minimum 4 years to vaccinate each and every Indian. We are sitting at 3.28%, which is less than a small country like Brazil. I think when the planning was to be done by Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, he was more busy in election campaigning and talking about everything but vaccine. And today, once you can come in, let me just complete first.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The biggest problem is the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson should tell the plan. What is the plan? How will they vaccinate all the Indians? Approximately 176 crore doses are required in India. Do they have a plan to vaccinate them by 31st December? If yes, they should come forward and tell us.
All right.
And why? Why are they?
Abhishek, you talk about, you know, also the hypocrisy of why have, you know, the Prime Minister's picture there. Look at your own state. What does Chhattisgarh have? It has the picture of your Chief Minister there, no? But having said that, I'll come right back to you. I want to go back to Shaina. Shaina, you know, where is the vaccine is a point which many are asking today. I'll give you one case and example.
Sure.
Tell me if I'm incorrect. Please do point that out. But hasn't the government now passed an order that 18 to 45 Covaxin will not be used to inoculate them anymore? So there is absolutely no supply where Covaxin is concerned. Between 18 to 45, you have given a directive that no one's allowed to vaccinate 18 to 45 with Covaxin. While you do know we are running extremely low supplies at a time when you need to double, or in fact not double, 4 times for the you know, let me complete, madam.
Yeah,
for the deadline given by your own government, which is the 31st of December, you need to start inoculating 4 times over.
So let me please say with pride that we obviously have the 2 Make in India vaccines. Serum capacity is being upped from 60 million to 80 million doses per month. And we know that the whether it's Bharat Biotech or even Sputnik or the international players, which the government has thousands of crores allocated and has been distributed. I'll tell you what the dilemma is. The dilemma is, how can you trust the opposition and the political class and culture when they vehemently demand one thing on one day and then they concede the demand and they come together to demand exactly the opposite the next day? Do you have a stake in the success against this once-in-a-century pandemic, I ask? can they not leave politics aside for a different occasion for the moment and focus on saving lives? And I want to cite, what is this hypocritical politics that has been played? You look at certain states, you take Rajasthan for example, more than 1 million doses, Preeti, were found in the dustbin.
We don't know that. There's an investigation in order.
In Punjab, the development which shocked perhaps no one, the state government chose to become the middleman and started selling vaccines to private hospitals for a profit. And is this not a national outrage? And should they not mend their ways?
You know, Shaina, you've said what you had to say, but before I want to go, I don't have the time, so I'd like to go to our other panelists, but I'd like to Shaina, what does any of this, what does the opposition have to do with the fact that today, Madam, what does the opposition in all of this have to do with the fact that today the government has given an order that 18 to 45 will not be inoculated with Covaxin because there is a shortage, because there are no vaccines. But let me, Madam, there is no other reason why. Why would 18 to... It's an order you have passed. Okay, I want to give...
Let the health ministry come out with an official statement.
It is, sir. Every hospital has been given that order. I want to give closing comments.
It's not as if we have only Make in India
Mr. Dutt, I know you want to come in. Ghanshyam Tiwari, it's been flip-flops by opposition governments, and that is why it's happening, and opposition leaders like your own. Can I please get
very quickly, let me start with an agreement with China and see that the national goal is to get everybody vaccinated. As far as claiming credit, here is what Nitin Patel, Gujarat Deputy Chief Minister, said on the Prime Minister's decision, that the decision will help states financially. Mr. Adityanath said that many states were finding it difficult. These are BJP Chief Ministers telling to the centre. If BJP Chief Ministers are not able to express themselves to the Prime Minister, then you see the situation where the Prime Minister is not in command of what the vaccination policy should be. It's a knee-jerk reaction to what the Supreme Court has said. I think everyone, political parties, citizens have to measure up, and we have to create ways by which
Abhishek Dutt, 30 seconds, sir. I need to wrap the show today. We've got an early break. Yeah.
Very small point. You know, when the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson was mentioning about selling of vaccines, it was very embarrassing to see our country exported 6 crore 58 lakh vaccines before phase 2. And the sad part is 54%, approximately 3 crore 54 lakh were just for business. 3 crore 58 lakh vaccines were being sold when these vaccines could have been easily used in our country. So that very clearly shows the priority of this country. First, you sell and export remdesivir injections, you export injections, and the vaccine, which is most important, was exported. Under the COVID program, only 1 crore 99 lakh vaccines were used. Rest, 54% was purely for profit. That shows the priority of this country.
All right, that is a fact. Shaina, I don't have the time. I'm sorry. I know you wanted to come and clarify, but that's the time that we have today. Appreciate you all three for joining us. Up next is Rahul Kanwal. Do stay tuned.